You know what I'm talking about, man? What's good with the people, man? It's your partner, man. Who? It's your partner, man. You know what I'm talking about, man. How's y'all doing on this mess management Monday, man? You gonna say what you talking about, bro? Oh, I'm gonna tell you. You know what I'm talking about. Before we do that, what's good, people like hee ha ha. You know what I'm talking about, man. Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Did I say Ken in the pen? I don't know, but if I didn't, go get that stick up in stores now. You know what I'm talking about? You can go get you one off of 76 MacArthur. They sold out. They'll be back. Giants Liquor is what I'm talking about, man. You know what I'm talking about? 82nd Hillside Barbershop. You know what I'm talking about? They say somebody put them in their stores in the hundreds. Thank you, young man. You know what I'm talking about? Now you know, because I tell you every morning, how you come get them things from me. You know what I'm talking about? One. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Did you see them? You know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, man, you can go and get you one off of Amazon. Make sure you copy a hardback. You know what I'm talking about? Funky Diet trying the stores now. Make sure you go to Amazon, copy a hardback. Stick Up 2 coming soon. Funky Diet trying to come real soon. You know what I'm talking about, man? What's that swing, that finger, young man? You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide Incorporated. One more time, bro. Go fast. It's worldwide. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't gonna say, bro, what does that mean? I'm gonna continuously tell you it means everybody. You know what I'm talking about, man? You know what I'm talking about? Same thing, bro. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing, man. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on, I ain't even said nobody, man. It means everybody. Ndugu, Fresh, Mike, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Tata the player. That's who comes next, man. Same thing, bro. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't, man. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on the top of that thing. Keep that head up. Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. Let's get through these disclaimers. But before we do that, mama say, and mama always says, burst them whiskers when you on tip that boy. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. Classic roast. Pipe it out. Hey, you know what I'm talking about, man? Now, let's get through these disclaimers. Now, good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug users. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no drug sellers. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? Man, I don't promote no crime. Good brother like myself, I don't promote no violence. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I don't promote no domestic violence. You know what I'm talking about? Keep your hands off the people. People, you know what I'm talking about? He don't talking about don't. He don't talking about promote. He don't talking about no negativity. He don't talking about nah. Me man, I don't promote shit. He don't talking about. They was talking to me. I don't promote shit. He don't talking about nah shit. He don't talking about nah man. Me, all I promote is y'all go ahead and do what you gonna do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Because we don't know how much time we got, young ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm talking about? So make sure you find the right thing to do with it, young ladies and gentlemen. We just don't know how much we got. You know what I'm talking about? But good brother like myself, you know what I'm talking about? I ain't prejudiced. Nah. Good brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the sexually different. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the little people. You know what I'm talking about? Nah. Me, man, I ain't got no problems with nobody. You know what I'm talking about? They was talking to me. Man, I just loves me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a quest. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. You know what I'm talking about? That love. Back to YouTube community, man. You with me? Come on over here, fuck with your partner. Hey, check it out, man. Come fuck with nigga one time. You know what I'm talking about? Say, bro, what's good with you today, man? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, man, nothing. Talking about mess management, you know what I'm talking about? Mess management, whichever one it is, though. Shout out to everybody who came through last night, man. Thank you. You know what I'm talking about? You know, bruh. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh, get up there and talk to himself for a minute, won't he? You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to everybody who used to hide under the bed but can't hide that smell coming from up under their ass. Come out, wherever you are. I see. Fuck it, man. Say what you talk about today, bro. Oh, it's gonna be a real short one. That mess management, man. Say what you talking about, bro? Y'all look at this one. Or you don't have to. Now, mess management or managing mess or however I'm gonna put it, you know what I'm talking about? It go a little something like this, you know what I'm talking about? Now, you know people who ain't You know, people who can't, they not good with managing money. You know what I'm talking about? They not good with managing time. You know what I'm talking about? Only thing they good at is managing mess. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they got that mess management down, don't they? They on time for them arguments and that mess, ain't they? They got a mess calendar. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, they ain't gonna be late for that. You say, bro, why is that? I don't know. But mess management goes just like this, y'all. For some reason, we gonna manage that mess. We ain't gonna miss none of that. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, when we come around, that's what we really looking for. You feel me? Because us as people, we gotta realize something. Everything doesn't have to be a mess. You get what I'm saying? Coffee Chronicles. The way you view shit is the way you're gonna react to shit. You get what I'm saying? And for some reason, we'll let everything else get biased. And you know what I'm talking about? We'll forget appointments. And you know what I'm talking about? We'll be late to stuff we really gotta do. You know what I'm talking about? But you know what we gonna be on time for? That mess. You get what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that mess. We gonna be on time for. I told you we got a calendar. You know what I'm talking about? Let us know when with day that mess going with day that's how we separate our mess. You know what I'm talking about, brother? And stumbled over his words. Say Rose Road. You know what I'm talking about? Nephew, sis, old man, old lady. You know what I'm talking about? Oh yeah, man, we real good at managing that mess. We just is. That's why everywhere we go, we find it. You know what I mean? Even when it ain't none. You know what I'm talking about? We gonna create something because of the way we perceive shit. So you ain't gotta look out for shit, you know what I mean? But a lot of that mess, it has to do with you. It just does. It got to do what you looking for. You know what I'm talking about? How you take shit. And I told you that nowadays when you come around and you talking, notice how when you talking around people, they always need clarification. You know what I'm talking about? What do you mean by that? They listening so hard because you know what they listening for? They listening for disrespect. You know what I'm talking about? Or something they could perceive as disrespect. Because a lot of time on this mess management, it don't even be no mess. We just create a big old thing out of nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's what they then train us to do. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of y'all been on that mess management Monday for a while. You know what I'm talking about? Ever since you've been born. You know what I'm talking about? Every time you come around, you find something, don't you? You know what I'm talking about? Did you hear what he said? What y'all say? They throwing shade. You know what I'm talking about, man? Ain't nobody fucking with you. You know what I'm talking about? You just want to be fucked with. And I don't know why people like that. Because some people, they don't, that's their way of communicating. You feel me? With that mess. That's their way of communicating, man. So they can't even talk or they can't even go throughout the day without their mess management uniform. You get what I'm saying? Because they going to come around and they going to find the mess. And I mean, you ain't got to look out for it. You know what I'm talking about? You can go find the mess if that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? If I could shout out. But that's what it is. Just like on this shit. You know how you give trolls power? Because trolls ain't nobody but a mess management motherfucker theyself. You know what I'm talking about? Let me explain something to y'all, man. Because I know a lot of y'all do this. If you ever watch somebody's video and hit the dislike button, there's a good chance you one of these mess management motherfuckers. You know what I'm talking about? Because even if you didn't like somebody's shit, why would you hit the dislike button? To let them know that you didn't like your shit. You know why you do it? Because you wanted to fuck with them. You get what I'm saying? You wanted to fuck with them. Why even why is you even on somebody's video? You know what I'm talking about? Oh, I didn't like this one. You know what I'm talking about? See, y'all good with that like and that dislike button. See, y'all good with creating other accounts and jumping up in somebody stuff, just talking stuff. See, y'all good with that one, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's the type of motherfucker you is. Because the shit you doing, that would bother you. You know what I'm talking about? That's why y'all try to bother other people with that shit. Then y'all get mad when it don't bother other people. Because you do what would bother you. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you should stop doing that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's the same shit you gonna complain about when somebody do it to you. You know what I'm talking about? But no, you do that shit to other people. That's how you know how to do it. You know what I'm talking about? That's how you know how to, that's why you got 3 and 4, 5 accounts right now. You on somebody's shit you don't like just to teasing and fucking with them, ain't you? Keep hitting the dislike button, jumping in their comments, talking shit. This is what you waste your time to do. Mess management. Oh yeah, you're gonna be right on time for that. You ain't gonna never be late for that mess. You know what I'm talking about? You got this shit managed down to a T. You can't manage nothing else. You ain't good with money. You ain't good with time. You just ain't good at nothing else on earth but mess. You know what I'm talking about? Oh, you right on time when it comes to that mess, ain't you? And I'm just here to tell you, you ought to be ashamed, and I mean shame of your goddamn self. For real, bro. Because if you will peep something too, most of the mess management motherfuckers hella old, bro. 40s, 50s, 60s, and they 70s. You know what I'm talking about? And you just been the mess management your whole motherfucking life. That's why the first thing you do is look out for mess. I'm telling you, man, I have watched lives, right? Shout out to everybody doing this, because I ain't, you know what I'm talking about? Fuck it if you do it. You know what I'm talking about? Do what you do with your time. But I have watched lives before, and I'm telling you, before we even get into the live, here comes a list of what, you know what I'm talking about? They're going to give a list. So before we just going to start the live, before we even start it, we're going to put this in the air. Don't nobody come in here disrespectful. And like, do you realize that's perception? That's just if somebody's disrespectful or not. That shit is perception. So because like what people are good for doing now is just creating something. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker ain't being disrespectful at all. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker is stating their opinion just like you stating yours. But the moment you don't like their opinion, or now all of a sudden they become disrespectful or whatever. No, man, y'all just looking for mess. You know what I'm talking about? Before we even start anything, we're gonna say if anybody come in here disrespectful, get them out of here and all. You speaking that shit up into the earth, bro. Ain't nobody even did nothing yet, but this where your mind at, talking about disrespect. And if you like, why, bro? Why even? I don't even think about shit like that. I just don't. If you come around this motherfucker playing, you just gonna be wasting your time fucking with bro. Listen, man. When I'm live, and there's some people on there, bro, I'm not even reading the comments, bro. You feel me? So I never got that. I never got why people go live and they sit there and read every comment because they looking for a troll. They are. They're looking for somebody to argue with on live. You get what I'm saying? They just scouring the comments. They're looking for the disrespect, folks. They want to be disrespected to tell the people, y'all see that? You know what I'm talking about? That's how you make the trolls famous. Ain't nobody worried about no goddamn troll. I ain't even looking for no troll. You gonna be wasting your time fucking with bruh. If the whole world try to troll me, you gonna be wasting your time fucking with bruh. I keep telling you, I'm a real person. So you could try to paint another picture of me, nigga. Nigga, I'm gonna tell you the wrong thing with that. Bruh picture already hanging up. You know what I'm talking about? They already know what I look like. You know what I'm talking about? My picture been hanging up for a while. You know what I'm talking about? You could try to repaint that motherfucker, but they ain't already seen it. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Bruh picture been hanging up for a while. You know what I'm talking about? So you could try to bother a motherfucker with that shit, bruh. I'm a real person, bruh. And there is nothing you can say that can ever take anything back that I ever did. You know what I'm talking about? Coffee Chronicles. But my point is, I don't walk around looking for that shit. I might see that shit and you know what I'm talking about, and miss it because I don't walk around looking for that shit. So I'm just telling y'all, there's no There's no way that you should just walk around all day collecting disrespect. You know what I'm talking about? You want to be disrespected. You get what I'm saying? Because for some reason, that gives you, I don't know, man. You get a chance to play the victim. Somebody picking on me. Do you realize we grown, y'all? Not only are we grown, but anybody has the right to say whatever the fuck they want to say. Now, mind you, that shit childish as a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? But it's a lot of shit childish. The same way that they childish for doing that shit is the same way you childish for feeding into that shit. That shit is just a ball of childish behavior. That's all it is. You feel me? On this managing mess Monday. You know what I'm talking about? So you gotta watch that, man. Or you don't have to, you know what I'm talking about? But I'll be damned if I just wake up to go find disrespect on earth. It's like I don't know, it's like we need that shit to feel important. It's like we need somebody to come around here trolling us for us to feel big or some shit like that. Man, listen, you better look at that shit the same way you look at everything else you don't pay attention to, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Like your hygiene. Treat that shit like your hygiene. You just ignore it. God damn, man. Why do you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is. You know what I'm talking about? See, that's what y'all don't get, man. That's why bruh fuck with it the way bruh fuck with it. Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is. You know what I'm talking about? But on some real shit, deep down inside, we be some big ass kids. And we just want to run around and tell everybody why somebody, they picking on us. You know what I'm talking about? Ain't nobody picking on you. You grown, folks. You can ignore that shit just like you ignore your hygiene. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't got to make that shit the motherfucking highlight of your day. Who was fucking with you? Who said what? Who did? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, man. You know what I'm talking about? And I seen it, man. I see it a lot. You know what I'm talking about? Just not from one person. You know what I'm talking about? I see that shit from a gang of motherfuckers, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfuckers sitting there reading the comments, looking for the troll. You know what I'm talking about? Where they at today. You know what I'm talking about? And you ready to argue. You ready to make your little bit of time about them. You give the motherfuckers power by even paying attention to it. Nah, I don't get that. The same way you don't think about making yourself smell good, it should be the same way you're not thinking about what a motherfucker said, bro. Because once again, you can't stop nobody from saying shit. The point is, why is you even looking for that shit? Why do you want to even be disrespected? Why do you want to spend your days in life, YouTube, or just why do you want to spend your days talking about who came through fucking with you? Because in the back of your head somewhere, that makes you feel important. That a motherfucker come up there and fuck with little old you. You know what I'm talking about? And I told y'all, 9 times out of 10, the trolls be motherfuckers you know. You know what I'm talking about? The motherfuckers you think your friends, the motherfucker you think your lover. You know what I'm talking about? Motherfucker you think your sister, motherfucker you think your brother. You know what I'm talking about? It be them motherfuckers fucking with you, man. But on this mess management Monday, fuck that mess, bro. Because you got to receive that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Can't nobody fuck with, like, if you ain't paying attention to that shit don't even hold no weight. That shit only holds some weight when it get to you. You know what I'm talking about? And it get to you because you're looking for it. You know what I'm talking about? You ain't even sitting around appreciating motherfuckers who's not fucking with you. You know what I'm talking about? No, that's normal. You know what I'm talking about? You don't want normal. So if everybody just sitting here showing love, you ain't ready for that. There ain't no mess in the building. You know what I'm talking about? So you got to scour the earth. You know what I'm talking about with your eyes. You know what I'm talking about? Is that some mess right there? You sitting around there all day looking for the mess. You know what I'm talking about? Just looking for the mess. You know what I'm talking about? Because you's a messy-minded motherfucker yourself, man. Because for some reason it makes you feel big to argue with somebody. So you scour the internet, the earth, you know what I'm talking about? That's why y'all like this old invisible shit, because you can come up here and invisibly put somebody in their place. You sure told them, didn't you? Y'all crazy as a motherfucker with that shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember, it don't cost nothing just to show a little bit of that love.